Yeah, so next deck, blue-green flying. Built it basically because I wanted to try a deck with Aeromunculus in. The reason the deck art isn't Aeromunculus is because I've already put Aeromunculus, I think, on my blue-green proliferate deck box, and I don't want to duplicate. So Spire Winder is the choice. Basically, it's just 3 toughness flyer tribal with some cool green cards like Giant Growth, Applied Biomancy to mess up combat math. Haven't had a chance to play Chillbringer in the event so far either. Aven Eternal's kind of our other 3-drop flyer because the token gets to block things. Faerie Duelist, I don't know whether it's going to be good or not, but again, kind of sweet card, haven't had a chance to play it yet. I want Omenspeakers and Portcullis Vines to hold the ground down, because there's a lot of decks that make random poop creatures, and if you have absolutely nothing to block if you have absolutely nothing to block them, they're going to run you over. So they should hopefully do like a reasonable job at stemming the bleeding. And Applied Biomancy can hopefully mess some stuff up as well. But yeah, we'll play some blue-green flyers, see how it goes. We got our 100 wins tonight, so I'm completely fine to spew off some games. Help other people on their way to 15 wins, trying to get that Vivian card style before Friday. Mr. Char's 42. As the deck updated, yeah. This is a fantastic looking pile. And this hand is awkward. Yeah, we need to draw an island pretty sharpish. Although I think island is the color of mana we have the most of. I think. I can't remember. It won't expand my lands. Well, mulligan, I don't want to be color screwed. We'll keep this. Still color screwed, but I like being able to cast Aven Eternals rather than nothing. Also, how do you spell flyers? Is it with a Y or is it an I? Maybe flyers isn't a word. Maybe it should just be like blue-green flying. Opponent plays Guildgrove Stalker. This is kind of awkward. No flyers with a Y. That's alright then. Spire Winder. Once we have City's Blessing, gets to block Guildgrove Stalker. Aven Eternal making an extra body is good for getting City's Blessing as well. Faerie Duelist doesn't help with this Guildgrove Stalker. But that's fine. Thor Collapse on my Aven Eternal. What kind of deck plays Guildgrove Stalker and Thor Collapse? And this is coming from the guy with Portcullis Vine in his deck. So I guess neither of us is the king. We'll play Spire Winder. If we draw land, we might have a Duelist Eternal turn, or Eternal Biomancy turn. Crashing Tide. Opponent's playing like blue-green Merfolk. Alright, I'm into this. I can dig this. We're on 14. Okay, that's a River Herald's boon. Applied Biomancy gets to undo that at some point, hopefully. Yeah, we're gonna lead on Omenspeaker. Show me a forest. Doesn't show me a forest. And then we're just going to flash in Faerie Duelist to save some life on their turn. I did hear about the MTG Netflix series. I don't really know what to think about it, to be fair. I'm cautiously optimistic, but most of that is just from the War of the Spark trailer. While some of it was like super lame, CGI Nicol Bolas just like roaring at Liliana was kind of great. So we'll see. And like all the talent on it seems to be pretty legit. Gonna get in because we can't block. Crashing Tide again. I mean, it's basically Arresta's Admonition, but it's yes, very glad it's not live action. I think I need to be able to suspend my disbelief for a Magic series to work. And I don't think I'd be able to do it if it was people in cosplay pretending to be Planeswalkers. Not that cosplay can't look great, but again, I wouldn't be able to get into it, I don't think. 2 Guild Stalkers, Deep Root Warrior is going to be huge. Ugh, I think we're kind of just dead. I'm going to explode. So, 0 and 1. Yes. I thought that might be the end result of that game. So, Guildgrove Stalker doing work against a deck with all 2 power flyers. I said the 3 toughness was important. Apparently, 2 power is problematic. Ooh, Farbit again. Definitely played against this player this evening. They might be on blue-black hexproof. Once again, mana is not looking stellar in our hand. Hopefully we draw exactly basic forest on turn 1. Well, we got what we asked for, if by basic forest we meant Portcullis Vine. Burglar Rat. At least we have an easy discard. Ooh, and another if they have another rat. Fantastic. Right, Omenspeaker, I want you to put 2 lands on top of my library. Well, I guess we'll start with Simic Guildgate. Beggars can't be choosers. At least the opponent's not doing much to pressure us while we do absolutely nothing. These vines might be a liability. Maybe we want another 4 dual lands in the deck. But I mean, our mana requirements aren't that stringent. We need like single blue, single green. We're even playing Chillbringer over like Watcher in the Mist to avoid mana problems. Cool. What's next? So we draw a Giant Growth, despite the fact that we definitely bottomed the Giant Growth. We've got 4 of them in our deck, so what can you do? Yeah, we're amassing in. Moment of Craving in response to the trigger. Creative. Am I attacking with Omenspeaker? No. I don't think so. I don't want to take any random chip damage. Opponent is, I think, on blue-black hexproof, though. Although, I don't know if Vicious Rumors goes in that deck. Maybe I'm lying. I just remembered opponent was on blue-black. We'll see when they jam a Soul of the Rapids. We'll see. Yeah, there's the mark of the vampire on the burglar rat. Not blocking. Hoping we get to catch it with a Giant Growth and a dive down next turn, not gonna lie. That would be kinda sweet. That would be making plays. Please don't come in again with your burglar rat. Heh heh heh. Heh heh heh. Block. Opponent's like, oh my gosh, he's blocking. And I'm like, wait, that's the order? That's kind of awkward for me. Let's Giant Growth the token. Oh no, the token's going to be so big. And opponent's like, got you. But I'm like, no. Hehehe. So you're saying there's a chance. Spire Winder. Good call. Alpha Strike. Only have to get opponent down from 27 life before they draw anything. Ooh. Do we get City's Blessing this turn? And then next turn we get to sack Vine? The deck's doing something. This is a treat. Ill-Gotten Inheritance is fine, we can race that. Let's sack Vine. We'll play Omenspeaker. I'd like a Chillbringer, not too hot on the Duelist. Your go, opponent. Yep. Jam. So this puts opponent to 6. So they can go to 11. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10. We need to play Chillbringer. because now this is lethal. So, opponent needs more than, yep, opt is a card. Soul of the Rapids isn't particularly hot here either. I would like to draw an Applied Biomancy though, just in case opponent has like Markander. Yeah, blink of an eye, sure. We still have City's Blessing, right? Yeah. Arrest's Admonition, sure. So we're not doing Exactsies anymore? Nah. But we're still like doing a good amount. And then we'll make a Spire Winder. We've got an end of turn Duelist. Actually, I don't want to pass through opponent's turn, because I would like to make a Duelist. Opponent has drawn 4 more lands than us in opponent's defense. But no, okay, so 1-1 with blue-green Flyers. I wasn't expecting a win with the deck, so let's see where we can go from here. 25 gold as well. Let's keep playing. Let us keep playing. We are ready. Harmed Twins. With the Angrath avatar is our opponent. So once again, never both colours in our opening hand. I should make a note to put in 2, whatever the blue-green dual land is. Opponent's on a Malta 6. We're going to keep 7, hope this Omenspeaker is good enough to fix for us. Opponent's on a Malta 5. Opponent plays a green land. We draw green off the top. That's pretty nice. Means we get a bit more discretion with our Omenspeaker. Although with Chillbringer, I think we're still probably topping lands. Although, probably not topping 2 lands at this point. Growth Spiral. Suspect. I suppose if you're going to Growth Spiral anything, Growth Spiraling in a Woodland Stream is pretty good. You know the plus side? Now I know that the blue-green dual land is called a Woodland Stream. So now I know exactly what we're looking for after this game. Opponent casts Epiphany, pulls ahead on cards. But I guess they multi 5. So really, they're just resetting themselves to 6, doing a bit of card selection. Lovely jubbly. 4 top. So it's not like the Scry even did anything. Jeez. Sorry, opponent. Jam with Omenspeaker. Play Aeromunculus. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, Homunculi are already pretty mutated. Thunderdrake. And Arboreal Grazer. Oh no. Opponent, you've made a terrible mistake. Alright, so we play a mana. We're going to attack him with Aeromunculus. And Omenspeaker? Yes. So opponent wants to trade their Thunderdrake for my Giant Growth. I'll allow it. We'll make another one. Because the Aeromunculi can threaten to adapt to get over the top of Arboreal Grazer, we're in a pretty good spot with them. Guildpact Informant. Opponent is blue-green Proliferate. Just playing some medium cards, I suppose. Getting in with everyone. Not adapting. Because we'd like to play this Aven Eternal instead. And passing. Man, I love abilities like Adapt, where you just get to threaten them. Somebody should tell opponent to take Growth Spiral out of their deck. Well. So opponent mulliganed to 5 and played 2 Growth Spirals, 2 Arboreal, 3 Growth Spirals, 2 Arboreal Grazers this game. So I feel kind of bad. My turn. Although that's kind of patronizing on my behalf, actually. I guess, yeah, we do attack with the Aven. And I guess we attack with everything, actually. Sure, we get our 5 points through. Opponent is optimistic that this Graze is going to do something. I commend them for that. Ooh, Applied Biomancy and a Forest. Geez, I want both these cards, but I'd like a Forest first. And then we'll end the turn. I'm glad we're playing this blue-green deck. Aeromunculus is gas. Cycling a contentious plan. Cycling a contentious plan. Casmina's transmutation on my Aeromunculus. Sure. I have a frog. Is it a frog? It just looks like a frog. My turn. That's okay though, because we're going to chill our opponent's only creature with power and jam with the team. Oh, I guess opponent conceded too early for me. I was considering conceding just to give opponent the progress towards their card style. But I wanted to make sure we had lethal so we could say that we definitely won. Rupture Spire, next game. Because, I mean, we're not getting anything out of the wins. Mask of Winter is our opponent. Let's see what deck they're playing this evening. Ugh. Another hand that's relying on Omenspeaker to give us our colours. But if we do, we've got a curve of our flyers. And if we don't, we're going to be sad. This is Magic the Gathering. This, is a forest on top. This giant growth can go away though. Because I'd like to just keep drawing lands. See, Portcullis Vine I'm still not sold on. Omenspeaker's been doing some real work. Blue-black. Blue-black Spellkeeper, weird. See, this is where the 3 toughness is important, because can't Moment of Craving this Aeromunculus. You have to use a real kill spell, and if they play Aven Eternal, it just gets to attack over the top of it. Ill-Gotten Inheritance is kind of problematic, just because it's come down so early. But we'll get in. We'll make a Spire Winder. We'll take 1. Swamp. Phenomenal. Draw a land. Play a land. So our options are Chillbringer the Weird, which isn't particularly exciting. I kind of want to leave this dive down up. I think we're just going to attack with everything. And then hopefully get to dive down for value, and then probably play an Aeromunculus or something. Yep. Opponent just takes. Do I still just play Aeromunculus? Yeah. Moment of Craving, Omenspeaker. This is pretty hot. So we're going to do both things. We're going to buff Omenspeaker, we're going to bounce Weird. That's a swing. So Moment of Craving fizzles, opponent has a 3-mana spell they have to replay. Our Aeromunculus comes in, and opponent explodes. So, yeah, pretty good. No, not 114, 105. Cool. And we're still getting gold from daily rewards. Must be close to 15 wins today, though, at this point. Must be coming up on it, surely. We'll see. We will see. Wingangster is our opponent. Not a gangster, a ganster. Which I almost said mistakenly. So this hand's kind of awkward. This hand's very awkward. These Portcullis Vines are awkward. Maybe I could just be playing 2 Sage's Road Denizens instead of all the Portcullis Vines. We're still going to keep it. Because I do get to cycle eventually. Ooh, and they might be good if opponent is mono red. They might be good yet. They might be good yet. Faerie Duelist is fine. We'll play land, we'll play Portcullis Vine. I mean, I'd probably rather that Duelist had been a land. In fact, I'd definitely rather that Duelist had been a land. Fire Urchin. So opponent is spells, which makes me kinda sad. At least we drew a land, eh? At least we drew a land. Applied Biomancy is probably going to do some work. Fire Urchin is 3 toughness, so I don't think we really want to bring in Faerie Duelist this turn. Next turn we can Duelist and Vine, right? Yes. We'll definitely put Portcullis Vine under the Fire Urchin if they attack, presumably. So we have what? 3 lands. So if we top, we're not drawing a 4th land, so we have to bottom both. Which is sad. So sad. Maybe we'll just play Right, Spell Gorge away. That's fine. We have Biomancy, we have Chillbringer. We have time. Time is what we need. So, are we going to want to apply Biomancy this turn, do we think? That's the real question, and I don't think so, because we're not going to have even 2 power on the battlefield. In that case, we're going to play a Portcullis Vine, and we might end up sacking one of the vines. But we'll see what happens. If opponent attacks in, we're obviously going to block. If opponent spends... Ooh, Piston Fist. Okay. Yeah, we need to hit lands. Activate. Let's 3 mana cycle. Land. Fudge. That's not land. I don't think we're in danger of dying next turn, so I'm not too fussed about not having Applied Biomancy up. We will play Aven Eternal. I'm not spending my turn sacking my other wall. Not attacking. Not electing to attack. What we are going to do, though, is see what our opponent does. Another Cyclops. So the opponent has quite the spread on board. Not able to attack with any of it. All our hand plays at instant speed. We could sack this Vine now and look for mana. But that feels kind of horrible. I don't think we're attacking either. Because we've got enough power to block something like the Weird and Faerie Duelist it. Warlord's Fury. So first strike's happening. Opponent doesn't have any burning profit, so it's not like they're fixing their draws here. Yep, you may attack. Coming in with everything. So. I really wish we had another mana. I really wish we had another mana. I think what I'm going to do, actually, is block like this and just take 7. Because what my thinking is here is if the opponent has another spell, I'm probably going to like Applied Biomancy to bounce Weird, put a counter on, buff Omenspeaker's toughness, and just lose the Vine. And if opponent has nothing, we get to sacrifice Vine, and we're just fine with that exchange. I think opponent does have something. So they're going to shock our Eternal. So that makes this kind of awkward. Because I would like the Eternal to survive. But I think it's... So what could we do here instead? So we could apply Biomancy the Eternal and bounce the Urchin. But do both. Pump this, bounce this. So we waste the shock and we get the Weird off the table, and then Omenspeaker and Portcullis Vine end up biting the dust. But that's fine, they're just like shit blockers anyway. An opponent can't replay Weird this turn, and Piston Fist Cyclops can only attack if they've cast something, and they don't have Burning Profit fixing, and we drew a forest. So our options here are play Spire Winder, and I think I'm going to play Spire Winder because opponent's most likely going to redeploy Spell Gorge Weird. In which case we're going to get him for 2 with Aven Eternal, and then we're going to play Spire Winder. And then next turn we kind of have some options in terms of how we want to interact with our opponent. Fantastic. Gyre's Greeting, Spire Winder, kind of awkward. Opponent does get to attack for a ton here. Opponent bottomed, though. I think we're very close to at least being stable-ish. Very close to at least being stable-ish. Famous last words. We'll take. We'll chump with this zombie next turn, probably. Hopefully opponent doesn't have land. They don't. So we could just run back the Spire Winder turn. What makes a Spire Winder turn bad? If they have another Jaya's Greeting. But I think if they had another Jaya's Greeting, they probably would have cast it. That's probably a lie, actually. So I guess the 2 damage isn't going to do anything. We're not the beatdown. So we'll just sit back, see what opponent is happy to do with on their turn. They play the Gorger. Hopefully they don't have a 1-mana spell. Although, I think they do. Yeah. So, this is fine, though. I mean, fine is relative, but we're going to block a Cyclops. We're going to hopefully have the Urchin bounce off the 2-3. And once again, we're now in okay... Well, no, we're not in okay shape. But we have plays, things we can do. There's certainly things we can do. Opponent definitely gets to attack. Opponent's just attacking with these. So you'd think if opponent had a non-creature spell, they'd have cast it already. So... we're going to flash in a Faerie Duelist. The Faerie Duelist is going to shrink this Fire Urchin. What we're going to do is double block the Spell Gorger weird. And we are going to then... What? What are we going to do? We're going to Applied Biomancy to buff and bounce. We're going to buff this and bounce a Cyclops. So we take nothing. Yep, does opponent have land? Oh, they just have a load of Fire Urchins. Okay. So once again, our turn is going to be kind of weird. But weird in a good way. Because we're going to have 3 blockers. And we're probably... do we get to eat the opponent's board? No. Ooh, we get to have a good go at it, though. Nyum. Don't tap both my green. I want my Faerie Duelist. So Faerie Duelist doing work. I don't think it's doing enough work. But it's kind of interesting. So... we're going to put 2 on this, 1 on this. Block. Opponent's mousing over Spire Winder, which is kind of cruel. I think they have something, but we have double Giant Growth. Jaya's greeting the Spire Winder. Loads of triggers. How about Giant Growth the Spire Winder? Oh no, that was poo. I should have Giant Growth the Duelist. Wow. I am deeply unhappy for my mistake. We threw away a fairy for no reason. Throwing away a fairy for no reason is pretty sad. Oh, we've completed some sort of achievement on Twitch. What is that, Twitch? That's awkward. What do you want to congratulate me for? Absolutely, positively nothing. Cool. That's okay, though. Streaming is reward enough in itself. What are we doing here, then? This is Trample, which is a problem. We do want to hit... I really like Applied Biomancy in this situation. And I don't really like Aven Eternal in this situation. Sure. I think it's probably good enough as a Time Walk. I also think we're not attacking. I also think we are not attacking. Chandra's Pylohelix target face. Well, that'll certainly do it. We tried. Sometimes your opponent draws a lethal burn spell, though, and that gets you, and that is game 5 with the deck down. Let's go. No. Let me cancel. We got to cancel. Okay. Can anyone remember what the blue-green dual land was called? Woodland Stream is my gut feeling. Yeah, lovely. Ooh, 2 different arts. Prefer the left one. We'll cut 1 of each. We'll put 2 in. I guess the awkward part is that we're playing 1-drops in green, but we have to skew towards blue. We only need single blue, so maybe part of the problem is the mana base. Yeah, we'll try this. That was 60 cards still, right? It's probably important to check. Yep. Okay, let's submit 60 cards for game 6. Let us submit 60 cards for game 6. Now we'll just quickly grab another drink while the game loads. Perfect. Fix the mana. Unbelievably perfect. Although this would be an untapped land, so in fact, just made the deck worse. That's what's happened. We've made the deck worse. Very skillful. Very skillful. 0 top, 1 bottom. Opponent did mulligan to 6. So that's a start. Not that we like our opponents to mulligan, but rather them than me. Cool. So we draw an island, and we have a lot of 2s, so we're probably... Ooh. Okay. So we can actually get to turn... Well, currently we still play the tap land on turn 3. We currently still play the tap land on turn 3, because we don't have a better play to make that turn. Ooh, although we could be drawing an Aven Eternal, which we will be doing. And the only 5s in our deck are Chillbringer. So unless we draw one, we're okay. Our opponent's got mana up. Probably have a moment of craving. So this Aven Eternal is not long for this world. Well, we'll attack for 1 first. We'll attack for 1 first. Get in. Land Aven Eternal. Fungal infection, sure. That's fine. Opponent didn't really get a card's worth of value off that. Omenspeaker, sure. Especially considering the 1/1 wasn't going to be able to attack through Omenspeaker. This might suggest that opponent is not in a great spot land-wise. Opponent might not be in a good spot land-wise. Opponent is not in a good spot land-wise. So we're definitely going to play Spire Winder out this turn. We're going to attack for 2 with the Aven. We're going to jam a Spire Winder. And then we're going to have probably cast Omenspeaker, 1 Biomancy up, make a tap land next turn, unless the top of our deck changes anything from there. In with Eternal. Deal 2 damage. Fantastic. Play land, Spire Winder, go ahead. Cool. Opponents found their 4th land drop. They were short before. I feel like the text's actually kind of far across. Ooh, no. That's just moving the whole stream. There we go. Eviscerate on the Spire Winder. Well, shame we didn't have Applied Biomancy to save it. Gonna bleed on Omenspeaker. What does it find? Another Spire Winder and then a Giant Growth. I don't think we need the Growth. I would like the Winder, especially because we're going to have the City's Blessing next turn. Go ahead, opponent. Eviscerate's a nice one. Omenspeaker, sure. Not really getting in on the ground. So it's probably nice that we have flyers. Probably nice that we do have flyers. Like I said, this is why we built the deck. There's a lot of board stalls, a lot of 1/3s to counteract kind of the aristocrats kind of decks, the value decks, the aggro decks. So sometimes just going over the top in the sky is quite hard to deal with. Also quite like the fact we're going to have 6 mana this turn, so we have Applied Biomancy to protect our Spire Winder. I should possibly have played the Spire Winder pre-combat. Because if opponent has Moment of Craving, we're not going to have the City's Blessing. Now let's see what happens. It happens. We have the Blessing now. We never need to worry again. Callous Dismissal targeting the Spire Winder. So do I really want to spend a Biomancy there? No, not particularly. Well, I'll take the Time Walk, because opponent's the one losing 2 life a turn. We're not. We're fine. We're happy to just sit here. Just happy to sit here, having the opponent plink away. No, we're not. We're happy to sit here plinking away at the opponent. Aeromunculus, going to lead on Spire Winder. Just because it's bigger and opponent knows we have it. Opponent hasn't seen Aeromunculus yet. The Aeromuncular Menace. The terrifyingly adorable Aeromunculus with his creepy knuckle hands. Eviscerate on Spire Winder, sure. All this hard removal's making me kind of sad. But it's also why we do have the dive downs in the deck. So, and once again, opponent just ships the turn back. It's possible that we might be Applied Biomancying an Omenspeaker end of turn. Although that's a lie, we're going to adapt our Aeromunculus end of turn. Watch It in the Mist resolves. Yeah, we're definitely adapting this. Because we just get to spend 2 turns bouncing it, and opponent can do nothing. So, unless opponent like tops removal and decides they'd rather not play out a blocker 2 turns in a row. So I can't imagine opponent has any attacks. Remind me to adapt before this turn ends. In fact, we'll just adapt now. Yes, I'm sure. So squelchy. Ooh, Chillbringer. Chillbringer, and we have Biomancy up? Whew. Yes, please. Stay Frosty. Or Ice to meet you. We'll pull back the Omenspeakers. Go ahead. I guess this play doesn't make the opponent spend 5 mana on Watcher in the Mist again. But it's more efficient. We get a 3/3 onto the board. We also win the game. No, not 5 and 2. That's optimistic. 106 wins. Was that our 15th for the day? We get a Needletooth Raptor as our reward. So a tiny amount of vault progress, you mean? Okay, let's go. Game 7 with Blue-Green Flyers. 4-2 records. We're finishing positive whatever happens. No thanks to Portcullis Vine, but the rest of the deck seems reasonable. Okay, once again, Woodland Stream making me quite unhappy. It's definitely a keep, though. And we're not going Forest Portcullis Vine even for the memes. It's just not something I'm willing to do. Druid of the Cowl is a 1/3. Ooh, it's a dive down. So, we want to play Aven Eternal. We have untapped lands to get to 3. I think there's not much difference between Portcullis Vine and Omenspeaker here. Because we don't really know what we want off this Omenspeaker. We're happy to draw a 5th land, we're happy to draw creatures. We don't want to draw a 6th land though. But we're going to make Eternal instead. We're happy to draw Biomancy. Makes me feel better about running Eternal out as well. Shame the Amass token runs into these 1/3s. It's possible you just want this to be Aven Windmage. But if opponent like plays Just a big fat creature without trample. Speak of the devil. We do want the 1/1 to be able to just, like, put itself in the way. So... what are we going to do here? I feel like the upside of this attack is too high if opponent elects to block. Like, what an absolute psychopath. Again, opponent might have a reason for blocking. We're just being sensationalist. No. Sorry. I'd like to target this and I'd like to bounce this. Oh, could even not do that. Could dive down to not trade. Don't really want to. Don't want either of those yet. Do not want either of those yet. Opponent has to replay Druid. We draw Woodland Stream, which I'm not in love with. Do we think if we attack with Omenspeaker, we could get in for 1? No, I think that's greedy. Gift of Strength. Jeez. So it's going to have 4 power. So Faerie Duelist doesn't even stop it eating our guy. I think we're going to dive down. Sure. That means we're definitely playing Portcullis Vine, because I'd like to just sacrifice one. It's a shame we couldn't convert that into the Druids just being, like, dead. Primordial Worm. Why would you play something without trample in this format? That's the question. I'm asking that question kind of aggressively. What I mean is, there's a lot of creatures that just gum up the ground, like Deathbloom Thallid, Doom Dissenter, just tokens in general. Like, if you're playing a 7/6, you can't reasonably expect it to actually ever make contact with your opponent. Like, this would be a lot better if it was just a Colossal Dreadmaw. Or even like a Wrecking Beast. They wouldn't have been able to cast it. Or like Siege Worm. Because they will eventually be able to cast it. But this Primordial Worm, all we're going to do this turn is block it with Portcullis Vine. Sack the Vine. Sure. And the rest of the opponent's board can't really get their Omenspeaker either. Yeah. So block with Vine. So Vine's going to cycle for 7 life. So it's like 3 mana, gain 7 life, draw a card. I mean, people are playing Revitalize. Faerie Duelist. These duelists are so bad. Holy poop. I'm going to play one out, though, because I want another flying attacker. Because we have to clock them somehow. Whatever, this elf is small. This elf is small. Opponents at Virtual 13 if we turn Giant Growth into a Lightning Bolt. My turn. Chillbringer. Now that is a Magic the Gathering TM game card. Get in with the boys. Opponent has something. Do they have another Gift of Strength? Why? Why, though? Sure. What a twist. Wait, was that bad? No, it had 4 power. Chill out, Primordial Worm. Chill out. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Grow from the ashes with Kicker. Sure. My go. Being infinitely punished by all these Faerie Duelists. I guess we have 2 of them now, so we can actually stop a from the ashes with them. So what is this? This is 2 through 6. So even if we play 2 Faerie Duelists, it's not actually lethal. Colossal Dreadmaw, sure. But I feel like we probably should play them. I feel like we should definitely play them. So, if we shrink Druid of the Cowl. We shrink Druid of the Cowl. We block here, chump here. Now that is nice. Okay. Oh no, your Llanowar Elf doesn't die. So opponent's on 9, we're at 20. Opponent is top decking 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 power. So is there any reason not to all attack? If opponent kills Chillbringer, we need opponent to be at 4. Opponent will be at 4. We can actually leave a Faerie Duelist back, presumably. This is safe. This is a safe attack. Yup. Kaboom. Opponent explodes. We're quite a winning-y stream tonight. 5 and 2. Ended up with 107 wins overall. So blue-green flying, where is it? Oh no. So blue-green flying. I think we want to take these woodland streams back out. I think the mana was not too good, but coming into play tapped too often, which I'm not very much into. Dive downs have worked, giant growths were good, Applied Biomancy was obviously insane, Faerie Duelist was disappointing, Aven Eternal overperformed. Oh, it's not a land, is it? So I'd play a 4th Aven Eternal. Otherwise, I like the deck in this configuration. You might want to make some changes if you play it yourself. But we got 5 wins, so if you extrapolate from that, it would be 15 and 6 to get your stained glass styles. 21 games, not too bad. It's fun though. You get to play Aeromunculus, you get to play Chillbringer, get to cast Applied Biomancy, Portcullis Vine, Faerie Duelist, uncommon cards. Cards you're probably not going to ever play in Standard, so yeah, would recommend. Fun deck, try it out sometime.